News 4 continues to follow the search for the gunman who shot 2 police officers in Ferguson. We'll have the latest on the investigation. And News 4 is tracking crime. 2 more shootings in North St. Louis, and one involves a teenager.
And it's a soggy Friday. I'm tracking steady drizzle and showers this afternoon, and when we might see that welcome sunshine again in your full word forecast.
Live from KMOV, this is News 4 at noon.
Good afternoon and a very happy Friday to all of you. I'm Laura Hettiger in for Emily Rao. Thanks for joining us. It has been 36 hours since 2 police officers were shot right outside the Ferguson Police Department. Both of those officers are now out of the hospital and back home with their families. But St. Louis County Police tell me their #1 goal today is to locate and arrest whoever pulled the trigger and shot those policemen. As the search for the shooter continues, it was a much more peaceful night on the streets of Ferguson. Here's a look at the protest on South Florissant. A couple hundred protesters marched and chanted for a couple hours. There were no arrests, no shootings, and no violence. News 4 caught up with a lieutenant on the scene last night. Here's how he explained the mindset of the police during the protest.
It's not every day that a fellow officer gets shot or gets hurt. And so this is kind of a reality check for us. It's an ugly reminder of one of the hazards of this profession. And it certainly plays into the minds. It certainly plays into the thought process. Guys coming out here tonight versus guys coming out here 2 weeks ago, obviously there's a different mindset because it's become a reality.
St. Louis County Police and the Missouri Highway Patrol are once again taking over protest security in Ferguson. So what is next for Ferguson Police? The Department of Justice has the power to impose mandates on the department, but the city may not be able to afford all the reforms. If Ferguson fights it, the DOJ would have to file a complaint in federal court. Ferguson could also dissolve its department and contract with St. Louis County, like a few other nearby municipalities. The 2 officers shot in Ferguson are recovering, but may not be able to return to active duty. A county officer was shot in the shoulder. Another from Webster Groves was hit in the face. Even though they are home, those with the St. Louis County Police Officers Association say the men may have a long road to recovery.
Sometimes you'll hear that term, the injuries aren't life-threatening, but that's a bit of a misnomer. We don't know what the impact of these injuries. I mean, one officer was shot in the face, another officer shot in the chest, and a bullet comes out of his back. So, these officers aren't coming back to work tomorrow. This is not a Band-Aid and some antibiotic cream. These could be long-standing injuries that could be with these officers for a very, very long time.
A police spokesman says it is too early to tell if and when the officers will be able to return to the force. News 4 tracking crime today, and police in North St. Louis arrive at a scene as bullets are still flying. It happened around 10:30 last night. It was at Adelaide and Rosalie. After the shooters scattered, a woman was found shot in the alley. She was rushed to the hospital in critical condition. However, she is expected to survive. And we are learning more about a 15-year-old boy who was shot in the 1400 block of Peabody Court. It is a story we brought to you as breaking news last night at 10 o'clock. Police say he was shot in the stomach. He was conscious and breathing when he was taken to the hospital. Meanwhile, the search continues for the gunman who shot 2 children, killing a 6-year-old. News 4 has been tracking this case since Wednesday. That is when Marcus Johnson was shot and killed, when witnesses say someone opened fire on the van he was in North St. Louis. A teenage boy and a man were also shot. They both survived. Now go ahead, check out this video from a raging fire in the Metro East. The fire started around 3:30 this morning. It's a home on Homeside Drive in Allerton. Flames were shooting from the top of that house. Crews did manage to get it under control quickly. The homeowner was able to get out safely. The cause of that fire, though, is still under investigation. And we are seeing new video from a house fire in North St. Louis. The fire breaking out last night on Lee Avenue near Marcus. Fire crews saw flames coming from 2 stories of the house when they got on scene. Luckily, everyone was able to get out safely. ISIS is expanding from the Middle East to West Africa, and that has U.S. security officials concerned. The extremist group is teaming up with terrorists in Nigeria. As Tina Kraus reports, this could mean more terrorists taking aim at the West. ISIS is struggling to stop Iraqi forces from recapturing Saddam Hussein's hometown. Militants are coming under fire from airstrikes in other parts of Iraq and Syria. Now back here at home, it is the third time in 2 weeks News 4 is tracking crime at a North St. Louis County apartment complex. The latest incident was an armed robbery overnight. It happened in the 1800 block of San Ricardo and Spanish Lake. Police say the suspect pulled a gun and stole a cell phone. Luckily, no one was hurt. And police in South St. Louis County are asking for your help in finding the man who robbed a bank. If you can, take a look at these pictures. Police say this man was dressed in a wig and heavy makeup. Then he allegedly robbed the Vantage Credit Union yesterday afternoon. That is in the 4500 block of Lee May Ferry Road. The suspect handed the teller a note demanding money. A weapon, however, was never implied. He was driving a silver or gray Nissan Maxima. And U.S. Bank is offering a $10,000 reward for an arrest and conviction that leads them to this bank robber. Fairview Heights Police and the FBI tell us he robbed the bank on North Illinois Wednesday morning. Police say he told the teller he was armed and got away with cash. Now, switching gears on this rainy Friday, it's time to talk weekend weather, and Megan Danahay is joining us. Please tell me the rain's going to go away.
I think we're going to see some good weather just in time for Saturday and Sunday. But yes, it is definitely soggy today. And
looking forward to it. Thank you. Now, still ahead, a warning for drivers to be smart while celebrating St. Patrick's Day. In 10 minutes, find out which local agencies will be out in full force this weekend. And News 4 is always watching out for those of you looking for work. So coming up after the break, we'll let you know about one company that plans to expand. And here we are looking east from the Sapod GM Country Eye on St. Louis camera on this, rainy Friday. News 4 at noon. We'll be right back. News 4 always watches out for changes on the job front, and we are finding out nearly 150 people will soon be out of a job when a downtown hotel closes its doors. The St. Louis Business Journal reports that the Crown Plaza Hotel will close on May 11th. Hotel officials sent a letter to the state saying 147 workers will be terminated. Crown Plaza was sold in January. It will be turned into apartments and a boutique hotel. Meanwhile, local tech company will soon be looking to expand and hire new employees. Locker Dome is a startup social media company in downtown St. Louis. It's grown from 28 to 35 employees. And get this, according to its website, company officials plan to hire 21 new employees. Nearly all of those new hires will work in the company's new ad platform. It is set to launch next month. And speaking of jobs, a new report suggests millennials in the United States don't measure up to other countries. Millennials in 23 countries were evaluated for skills employees want the most. Now, the study found that young Americans do not have many key skills necessary to function in the global economy. The U.S. tested near the bottom in most categories, including math, literacy, and ability to follow simple instructions. And coming up next on News 4 at noon, a couple appears in federal court accused of ripping off personal information to steal tax refunds from hardworking bi-state residents. But first, let's take a look at today's fun fact. Here it is. What is the most common training command taught to dogs? Play dead, stay, beg, sit, dance, or roll over? That answer is coming up a little later only on News 4 at noon. News 4 continues to take a stand against tax cheats all month long. And happening today, a man and woman from Eastern Europe will appear in federal court. The couple is accused of stealing personal information to file fake tax returns. Court documents show the couple was part of a group that hacked its way to personal information. That information was then used to file millions of dollars in fake returns. Many of the local victims were Southern Commercial Bank employees. The bank president wants to stress that the breach did not involve any customer information or bank computers. You can catch the full report tonight on News 4 at 6 o'clock. And time is running out for some of you to claim your older tax refunds. By law, taxpayers have just 3 years to claim their money. So the IRS says people who have not claimed refunds from 2011 should act right now. If they do not, that money will go to the U.S. Treasury. The IRS has about $1 billion in unclaimed refunds. And in the meantime, those who have claimed their tax returns may most likely spend it paying off debt. That is according to one survey Bankrate.com found for those expecting to get money back from the government. 34% will use it to pay debt, 33% plan to save or invest it, 26% will spend it on necessities, while just 3% say they plan to splurge on something a little more fun.
I'm tracking steady drizzle and rain showers this afternoon. Will it clear out for the weekend? I have some good news in your forewarned forecast next.
We know a lot of you will be celebrating this St. Patrick's Day weekend. Just don't drink and drive. That is the warning coming from police on both sides of the river. Officers in St. Clair and St. Louis counties are participating in the Drive Sober or Get Pulled Over campaign. Nearly 10,000 agencies across the country are also pledging to crack down on drunk drivers. And how's this for a car recall? General Motors is recalling the Chevy Volt for doing too much of a good thing, being too quiet. So what exactly is the biggest complaint? Well, some car owners actually say they forget to turn the thing off. That can be dangerous if your car is in the garage and the hybrid's gas engine kicks in, causing carbon monoxide to build up. More than 64,000 cars are affected by that recall.
The Forewarned Storm Team.
And Sunday looks like a fantastic day, too.
It sure does. Looking forward to that. And what
Yeah.
was the nice day this week? Was it Wednesday when it was so nice out?
I think so. Yeah, it was almost, I think it was 75 degrees.
I think it was.
Yeah.
I was actually running on Forest Park that day and saw a bald eagle.
Oh, fantastic.
I know, so maybe other people will see that this weekend.
Yeah,
Who
good looking
knows?
weekend.
Yeah, looking forward to it. All right, still ahead on News 4 at noon, we'll let you know what's behind this very unusual video. Okay, so here we go. Do you know what the most common command is to teach a dog? Megan and I will be right back with the answer to the fun fact. It's coming up only on News 4 at noon.
I think I know that one.
All right, you have to take a look at your TV right now. Check out this absolutely bizarre video we found out of southwestern China. This is a 1-year-old poodle, and it's walking on its 2 hind legs, and it's dressed like a child, of course, book bag and all. Now, the dog's owner says he spent 2 months training the poodle to walk upright, and now the dog can walk about a mile on his hind legs. Wow. Well, that is great. Okay.
I don't even know what to say about that.
Nope.
Must have taken a lot of work.
Yeah, one way to walk the dog. But time now to answer the fun fact, and we are sticking with the theme of dog training.
And I have 3, so I should know a little bit about this. Okay, it's a little more ordinary. What is the most common training command taught to dogs? Play dead, stay, beg, sit, dance, or roll over? I don't think it's dance.
The answer is sit. It is the
believe
most
that.
common command taught to dogs. By the way, according to the American Kennel Club, the Labrador is the most popular breed of dog. And Megan, you said you have 2 lab mixes?
I have 2 lab mixes and a boxer mix. They can all sit, and that's about it.
Hey, my dog can turn if you put a treat like this.
Oh, so it's almost dancing.
Yeah, almost. I like to think so. Hey, you guys have a great Friday the 13th. We will see you back here at 5 o'clock.
I didn't know it was the 13th.
Yeah, and a rainy one.
Yeah, a little bit soggy, but a better weekend coming.
Have a good one.